Good afternoon. Welcome to the last part of our 2024 November exam. We are doing question 3.3, which is your Geographical Information Systems, or it is also called GIS. So we're going to start off with question 3.3.1. I think I've got a lesson that I covered GIS. If you can check on my bio, you can find some of the lessons that I did on GIS. You can also check on my YouTube channel. There is also a lesson about GIS. So I'm going to do this with the assumption that you have got an idea of what GIS is all about, which is your Geographical Information System. It's a computer system that is used to capture, to manage, analyze, display geographical data. That's what GIS is all about. So the first question reads, the process of converting data from raster to vector data is called, from the options that are given, analysis, there is integration, layering, and manipulation. So the answer there is manipulation. There is manipulation. That is the answer there for 3.3.1. Process of converting from raster data to vector data. Remember, raster data is data that we get on an orthophoto map, which is usually shown in pixels. It's an image. Okay, that's raster data. When you talk about vector data, we're talking about the information that you find on your topographical map. That is your lines, your polygons, and your points. That parts of your vector data. Okay. Vector data can also include the coordinates, that is georeference, that's part of the vector data. So the conversion now of data from raster to vector data, we do it through data manipulation, to manipulate, change, of course, to suit whatever objective that you want to achieve. Then 3.3.2, it reads, explain how the data was converted from the vertical area photograph used to make orthophoto map to the topographical map. Okay. So the answer, remember, our orthophoto is a combination of area photograph and topographical map. So the question asking us how the data was converted from the vertical area photograph that is used to make the orthophoto to topographical map. That is 3.3.2. Data was converted from images. Remember, our area photograph is an image, is a photograph. So it was converted from images or raster data to symbols or vector data. So what we are saying is the data has been changed or transformed from images, because our area of photograph is an image, okay, is a photograph. So it was converted from images or raster data to symbols and vector data. What we have here, since it's a photograph, that's what we refer to as the raster data. It's an image, it's a photograph. So it was converted from this image, from the raster data, into symbols or vector data. When you talk about symbols, we are talking about your lines, we're talking about your polygons, we are talking about your point symbols. That's what happened there. So it was converted from images, raster data, into symbols, vector data. They also change the scale. So these are some of the things that you can also include when it comes to this question. Then the next question, refer to the topographical map. This is our topographical map. The question reads, redraw block A3 and insert only the following features, human-made features. So if you go to A3, you can see here, this is our A3. Okay, they have said that we should redraw the human-made line feature, the part of your vector data. So this is A3. In A3, what do we have? We have a road here. So it means what you are going to show on your drawing, you're supposed to show there's a road here, there's also another one here. So these are human-made feature, human-made line feature. There is a road here. You can see at the corner there's also another road there. These are human-made features. I'll show you the diagram once I've explained. A human-made polygon feature. You can see there by the corner in A3 there's cultivated area. That's a polygon. Okay, human-made polygon. You can also see there. So when you are drawing, you are supposed to come up with something like this. Obviously, you're supposed to come up with something like this. There is your road. You can see the road is here at the corner. The road is here at the corner of A3. There is your road. There is your road. Okay, what else do you have? You also have a road at the bottom of A3 here. We also have a road at the bottom of A3. Okay, you can see It is also shown here. That is the road we have. We have another one there. This is how we're supposed to. So this is a human-made line feature, which is your road. This is a human-made polygon, which is your cultivated land. So this is basically what you're supposed to show. This is basically what you're supposed to show. Then you get your 1 mark, 1 mark, okay? You get 1 mark for the road, 1 mark for the cultivated land, which is your human-made polygon. So that's how you're supposed to do it, okay? Then moving on to the next question. Moving on to the next question. It reads, define the concept data integration. Data integration by definition. Data integration is that is 3.3.4. Okay. Data integration by definition is the combining of sources of information or data layers. Combining of information and data layers. Then you also have the last one, name the method of data integration used on the topographical map, that is data layering. When you are talking about data layering, we are talking about a concept where information is stored on top of each other. Like for example, when you're looking at this topographical map, there's information about the drainage system, or the drainage information about the topography, there's information about the built-up areas. So the way they are able to actually put everything, to combine everything together, they do it through a process of data layering. There's a layer that shows the topography of the area. You put the roads, infrastructure. You put also, there's a drainage system which shows your rivers and your tributaries. There's also the area where there's farming that is taking place. So this information has been put on top of each other, which is part of what we call data layering. That is 3.3.5. So just to sum it up, so from 3.3.1, what we have, the process that is manipulation, explain how the data has been converted from vertical area photograph. Vertical area photograph is an image, so it has been changed from raster data image into symbols, which is part of the vector data. That is the 3.3.2. So area photograph is an image. It has been converted from raster data to symbols, which is to symbols, which is a vector data. I'm talking about your lines, I'm talking about your polygons, I'm talking about your I'm talking about your point symbols. Then refer to the A3 on the topographical map. So what we have said is, if you look at this, of course, when you're looking at this, of course, you've got a road here. You've got your road. What else do you have? You've got the track and footpath. You've got the demo. You've got the original farms. Okay, that's what you have there as part of your human-made line feature. You've got your roads. Of course, you can see you've got your roads. You've got this track and footpath. I think you can see that these are examples of human-made line feature. Human-made polygon, you've got your cultivated land here. So this is how we managed to come up with something like this. We're showing the cultivated land, you've got your road and the different tracks and paths that are found within in A3. So this is how you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to come up with something like this. Then you get your mark for this, you get your mark for that as well. 2 marks for that, okay? Then lastly, data integration. We have said that this is, we are combining sources of information or data layers together. That's part of your integration. To integrate is to combine data. Name a method of data integration used on the topographic map. Okay, of course, we have talked about data layering. We are saying that this is when you put information on top of each other. Like we've got the built-up areas, we have got the drainage system that shows your rivers, we have got the topograph that shows your lower land and the higher land. So this has been put on top of each other in order to come up with the topographical map. That is what we refer to as data layering. Thank you.